This is Coffee with Grant. I'm Grant. This is Coffee. Mm. This is Ruby Dog. Say hello, Ruby Dog. And this is Genevieve, my blue Takamine guitar, or as we say around the campfire, why don't you take a mine? I hauled Genevieve out to just noodle around. It's that kind of like a gray, rainy day here in Nebraska. And, I wanted to tune up the old guitar and do a little noodling. And I wanted to talk about practice. Hey, she still got it. And practice is one of those things. Let's see if I can talk and play at the same time. Probably not. That I'll be the first to admit that I am not very good at guitar, and the reason is I don't practice enough. And there's a couple of reasons for that. And one of those is that my left hand is dumb. Is my dumb hand of the two hands that I have. This one is not so good. And so it's fine when it comes to finding chords like that, but when it has to do like a capo chord, where you're doing a bar chord where you have the whole thing barred and then you have to find something else, I get this exquisite crunch in my wrist. It's every time I go, and that's no fun. That's no fun when you're trying to practice and you're like, oh, I got to do the crunching. It's always F. It's always some chord I have to do with F. Anyway. You do that, and then of course anybody who's learned guitar for any amount of time will tell you that if you get really into it and you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to practice every day, or I'm going to practice a lot on one day. I'm just going to spend like 6 hours playing guitar, and then what happens is your fingertips start to go, and you have to build up. You have to like power through the pain. You have to be kind of a bit of a sadist, and you have to build up calluses on your fingertips, and if you don't maintain those calluses, because the calluses allow you to keep playing guitar and not have that be painful where you're pressing, but you get to a point where you will press on the string and it will hurt so bad that you can barely get enough pressure to get it to cross the fret there, and you got to power through that. You have to power through that part to get to the other side where you're going to be playing. And I think part of it is like if you were doing a gig or something, or you were doing something where you needed to perform, then you would probably develop those and keep going. But for the hobbyist guitar player, those are the things they're like, yeah, you could learn guitar. And it's not, I find it to be relatively straightforward when it comes to, where your notes are, etc. and so forth, going up and down, finding your chords. But the finger thing is what gets me every time. Every time I get really excited, I'm like, oh, this is the year where I'm gonna be the guitar guy. And then I'm like, nope, I got other stuff to do. And it's also if you have done like 4 or 5 straight hours of guitar, and then you go to do anything else with that hand, it's useless. It like typing with fingertips that are overly sensitive. It's miserable. But practice is how you get good at stuff. So you got to keep going, even if it means having a lot of pain in your fingers. Certain stuff, there are. I would say that is probably one of the best. We can actually do this. Here we go. Oh man, look at that. You can see all this stuff on my floor. It's one of the best things that music practice teaches a person is that you will eventually get better and see that progress, but it's going to take some time and you're not going to necessarily see that in the moment. Really good musicians as they go, like adapt. So like, there's a couple of videos out there, and you can find them of like fantastically talented concert guitarists where you're like, oh, they're on another level completely. The guitar is an extension of their brain, and then you watch them pick up like the mandolin or the lute or the harp or anything else that has strings on it, and you just see their brain churning and going, oh yeah, okay, nope, and then just like knock out some shit on the harp. There is some comparable skill level that way. So it's like, especially with music, you can practice one skill and you can also kind of slightly level up another skill. Um, but the key for intro musicians, for anybody who wants to get better at a musical skill or any skill really, is that repetition. And this is something that wasn't ever explained to me. And you would go, well, why would you explain it? It seems obvious. Not to little Grant. Little Grant has a touch of the tism. Big Grant does as well. But he didn't understand why he was being forced to learn piano back in the day. And I had a piano teacher, may she still be down there somewhere roasting, who was a very talented pianist. I'll give her that. But she was awful with people. And she was mean. And I think she hated everyone, everything, and everyone. And I was like, because I wanted to know why I had to practice, and she goes, you have to do these exercises every single day, and you have to do your etudes, and you have to do your scales, and you just have to do this. And my brain doesn't work that way. You cannot tell me you just have to do it. You have to give me a reason why you have to do it. So it's like, why now as an adult you go, the reason you learn an etude, and the reason it's like sight reading helps you read music better. Getting the scales under your fingers helps you develop the muscle memory so that when you do see a familiar run, your fingers do the right thing. You basically send the signal and go, oh, that's the note I want you to find, and it finds it. So the more things you can do that way. But the problem is we've diverged from the explaining why the thing you're doing it, and then we just go, okay, here's the thing you're supposed to be, do it over and over again. Just bang your head against the wall. But count out loud while you do it. Always count out loud. And nobody ever is like, hey, the whole reason we're doing the counting out loud is so that eventually your brain picks it up and it counts in your head, and you don't have to count out loud. And now you've developed another skill. So yeah, today I wanted to get the guitar out. And I was thinking about a song that I've had stuck in my head, and we're going to have a little fun with it maybe, providing I can play it. Which, it's not that hard, and I have completely... So this is also the wonderful thing about guitar is that you don't ever have to remember any of the chords. Because guitar tabs are a thing, and so you're just like, oh yeah, well, I'll relearn how to play the guitar in the moment, and that's the skill I'm good at, is slightly relearning how to play the guitar once every 6 months. So let's see if we can... We're in the key of D. Roll. There it is. Okay. Roads go ever, ever on, over rock and under tree, by caves where never sun has shone, by streams that never find the sea. Roads go ever, ever on, under cloud and under star. Yet feet that wandering have gone will turn at last to home afar. Over snow by winter sown, and in the merry flowers of June, over grass and over stone, under the mountains of the moon. Roads go ever, ever on. Ooh, what's that chord? Yeah, that's what okay. Roads go ever, ever on. Over rock and under tree. By caves where never sun has shone, by streams that never find the sea. That is from one of my favorite cult classic movies, which is the 1977 Hobbit Cartoon, which holds a special place in my heart. This song is just so sweet and introspective, and I love that one. And but to do it justice, actually, what we need to do is get our vibrato kitted way the hell up there. You know, that's just you could do the greatest adventure is what? No, is dum dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum la da. No, da 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 da. Yeah, there it is. But you can't do that. You have to, or we'll do this. Can do our little D intro here. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, don't ever do that top note. Because I sang it kind of in the middle of what it is in the cartoon. It is some people are so turned off by the amount of vibrato, and I find it really, really funny. And maybe it's because I have Ruby's groaning in the background. I have the nostalgia filter for it, where I'm immune to how bad it is. But in the show, it's sung like the greatest adventure is what lies ahead. Today and tomorrow are yet to be said. The chances, the changes are all your... You gotta really get your vibrato. The mold of your life. And he does it for every song that guy sings in the thing. But the Hobbit also has one of the best songs ever written, which is Down, Down to Goblin Town, Down, Down to Goblin Town. Down, down to Goblin Town. You go, my lad. Whoa, my lad. It just slaps is what it does. That's what it does, is it slaps. Frickin' goblins, man. They know how to party. Where are we at on time? Oh. So we've got regular voice. Let's see. Come on, hands. My hands are already hurting. Like, that's sad. roads go ever, ever on, over rock and under tree, by caves where never sun has shone, by streams that never find the sea. I think I'm doing the muscle memory with it, because then you really do. Roads go ever, ever on, under cloud and under star. Yet feet that wandering have gone will turn at last to home afar, over snow by winter sown, and through the merry flowers of June, over grass and over stone, under the mountains of the moon. Roads go ever, ever on, over rock and under tree. Oh, come on. We were so close. Oh, because it's just tree, over rock and under tree, by caves where never sun has shone, by streams that never find the sea. Yeah. We're getting better. We're getting over. So we touched the guitar for 15 minutes now. We're getting better at it. And I think that's the thing. It's like, there's a lot wrong with how I'm playing the guitar. I'm my own worst critic when it comes to musical performance. I'm probably not going to watch this video again, because I'm going to see flaws in my posture. I'm going to hear flaws in my tone and my articulation, and that's part of having a degree in vocal performance. Is you tend to be your own worst critic, because you have to train yourself to get better, and that makes listening. What is wrong with this chair? There we go. That makes listening to yourself difficult, because you're always, even if you do really, really well, you're like, oh, I could have done that better. Rewatching performances is sometimes just miserable. But yeah, we're getting better. We got the chords under our fingers a little bit, although I kind of blanked on E minor, which was weird because I played it in the previous. And we could do a little bit of picking like this instead of just a little strum. We could do. So we could do little like, so it's we got D, A7, A, and then D. Pretty simple beginner guitar chords. This is a fun little song. The only downside is that all the chord changes happen at the end of the line, and your brain wants to have it be at the beginning. Let's see if we can nail that. And so this is practice 101, is to then go, okay, I know I can go back through and go, okay, my chord changes were bad. I know I missed. I don't like my tone, and I got too much into. As fun as the vibrato thing is, I find it super annoying. It's both hilarious if it's a parody, but if it's in the middle, I'm like, I want my tone to be warmer. And as somebody who loves doing character voices, that can be tricky, because you can do no vibrato and play it completely straight. You could do a lot of vibrato and be like an opera singer, or you could, we could do a Roads go ever, ever on, over rock and under tree, by caves where never sun has shone, by streams that never find the sea.
Yeah! That's what the song's supposed to be about. That's right. Roads go ever, ever on. Under cloud and under star. Yet feet where wandering have gone will turn at last to home afar.
Rizzo the Rat might be one of my favorite Muppets to do the voice for. Because it's just a fun voice to do.
Yeah, no, they will. I won't. I don't know.
Oh, let's see. Who else is over snow by winter sown, and through the merry... No. Now we see, and there, we started on the bridge, and I didn't get the key change. So I guess if we're going to do Elvis, we should probably start at the beginning. If you're gonna sing like Elvis, you gotta relax your whole face. I don't know why. I don't know why it helps. You're like it's like that, really close to Richard Nixon for some. Yeah. Roads go ever on. Or we could do Johnny. How about this Johnny Cash? Let's see. I hear the train a-comin'. It's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Menace Morgul, and time keeps passing on. But that wraith, it keeps going. The Menace Morgul Blues. Yeah, that's what we need, is a series of overland cowboys blues songs set to the Lord of the Rings universe. And maybe I'm the one to put that into the world. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah. My father told me, son, don't you mess with barrel wraiths unless you become one. Oh, it writes itself. He'd do it. I think it'd be old Johnny Cash, where he'd be like, roads go ever. I still can't get the first. Roads go ever on. He'd probably do it in a different key. Over rock and under tree, by caves that never sun has shone. There it is. By streams that never find the sea. Roads go ever on, under cloud and under star. I don't smoke enough to do a real good Johnny Cash, but I don't smoke at all, so yet feet that wandering have gone. You gotta have that little lilt. Will turn at last to home far. Yeah. And over snow by winter sown, and through the merry flowers of June, over grass and over stone, under the mountains in the moon. Wonder if we could do a little John Denver. John Denver's a tough one to do too, because he's got a very unique. I mean, the original artist is really close to John Denver. The roads go ever, ever on. He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. He left yesterday behind him, you might say he was born again. In the Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I'm just singing a John Denver song. I'm not doing a John Denver impression. Oh well. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. You not a John Denver fan, kiddo? Sit around the campfire. Hey. And everybody's high. What's your favorite song? Is it the one where you get to go outside? Is that your favorite song? Oh, well. All right. Well, we've noodled on the guitar, and it is a nice rainy day. Maybe if this inspires you to go pick up an instrument you haven't touched in a while, go do that. And it doesn't really matter how good you are if you're your own audience. Just do it for fun. And be kind to each other, and I'll see you tomorrow.